Whoa, gotta bite that quick. Alright. Just that quick. Caught a fish. Alright, this is Gardner Israel, the old fisherman. Just went on another little fishing trip back here in the woods pond. And I want to try to give a little lesson about this fish right here. I am a fisher of fish, but I'm also a fisher of men. Now, Yeshua the Messiah, also known as Jesus Christ, is my master. And he has instructed his disciples and followers to be fishers of men. And that is to talk about him and to tell people what he said when he was on earth, so that people that might be inclined to follow him could hear. If people didn't tell you about Yeshua, then nobody would know about him, and that's what the followers do. And he instructed us to become fishers of men, as if we catch men and bring them into the net or into the fold. Now, what I want to say about this right here is I want to talk about the complexity of this animal right here. This is just a little fish in a woods pond here, the simplest of animals. And what I want to say is that I'm reaching out to those people that have been told that there's no God, that the universe and this fish and ourselves and the trees and the water and the whales and all of this and the flowers and the grass and all of the complexities that we see around us that somehow just happened by the merest of chances from in billions of years of chance happenings. And if you believe that, and I admit it's what you've been told most of your lives, but it's so absurd to think that you can see something this complex. Look at that living thing. Living. Breathing. Look at that guy. Super complex. Millions, possibly billions of cells and a brain and eyeballs, and it breathes through these gills. It's just incredibly complex. Look at that little fella. To think that that came about by mere accident, when what we observe with our eyes is that things do not become complex, they become uncomplex with time. For instance, if I lay this fish down out here on the bank, in a short period of time he will die and he will begin to decompose and he will start smelling and he will turn into utter chaos and go back into the earth. That's what we observe. And there's never been any other observation. Things tend to go backwards. There he goes. He's going to get back into the water. Look at him. Get down there, little fish. There he goes. There he goes. Look at that water. Imagine the complexity of that. What I want to say is this. People that believe the lie that the world and we and these fish and all of the complexities of those beautiful trees happened by accident are honestly insane. By the definition of insanity, my definition of insanity, they're insane. And I'm speaking to some of you, I hope. And I'm saying, yes, that's an insane belief. But what it is it's a lie that's been told by a very good liar. And then it's been beat into your brain all of these years in your schooling. And it's caused you to honestly say something that's insanity. So I want you to think about that. Think about the complexity of it. And if you are one of the lost sheep or the fish that belong to Yeshua the Messiah, you'll eventually catch on. And if you're not going to believe that Yeshua has come to earth as God in the flesh, then you're going to go on being insane. And I'll tell you what Yeshua said, that if you don't believe in him, that you will die in your sin. He came down to earth and sacrificed himself on the cross in order to be a substitution for your death penalty. And all you have to do is believe. Some are going to and some are not. I'm speaking to those that are going to. Maybe I will help you understand it by my little talk. I hope I will. But I also know that those that are not going to believe are never going to believe. And they're going to continue to be insane. So this is Gardner Israel, the old fisherman, and I'm going to throw this thing out again into this little pond and see if another fish, just like I hope I can catch you and bring you into the net of those that believe Yeshua the Messiah was in fact the Messiah. Come on, little fish. This is good bait. This is good little worms. So I want you guys to somebody out there to think about what I said and look around at the complexity of God's beautiful nature and see. Look through the lies that you've been told. And don't believe that lie that this all came about by chance and by a giant explosion in a big bang. That's a lie. God created the world by his word. He just said it, and it happened. That's what the Bible says. Okay, I can't prove it, but it sure makes a lot more sense than it happened by accident. To me it does. There he goes. Come on, little fish. Try that again. That was good. He probably got all the worm off of there. No, he didn't, but he snatched it around a little bit. Now, folks, I'm sitting here thinking right now of how ineloquent I am in my speech. The one thing that I can tell you is that I'm telling you this from the heart. I believe it. No, I can't prove it. It's not provable. It's a matter of what you believe. And by the way, the Big Bang boys can't prove that the world and the universe came into existence by a Big Bang either. Their theory is so full of contradictions that it's not even worth considering, honestly. The theory of evolution says that all life came from one bit of slime, some carbon atom that, hey, you know, by the way, where did the carbon atom come from? Where did the water come from that made the slime? All of that stuff had to be created. The whole theory is total insanity. So when you talk to somebody and they tell you that that's what happened, you're talking to a dead person. You're talking to a person that is so blind that they just honestly are insane. And if you're one of those insane people, I hope you, well, I'm not going to change your mind. I know that. That's not my job. My job is just to tell people about it. Change your mind. God will change your mind. Hopefully, if you ask Him. Ask Him. But I don't believe in God, you say. Well, it's not going to hurt you to ask Him anyway. Say, okay, God, if you're real, tell me something. Show me something. Open my eyes. Ask, and you will receive. That's what Yeshua the Messiah said. Ask, and you will receive. Knock, and the door will be opened. Seek. Come on, fishy. Come on, baby. Come on, eat that worm. I don't have much of a worm on there. So I'm going to get a new worm. And like I said, I'm not the most eloquent person in the world, and that's my bait to you. It's probably a pretty bad worm that I'm feeding you, but I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying. So this is Gardner Israel, the old fisherman, and I'm hoping to get a couple of fish to pay attention to what I said about the Messiah. I'll see you on the next fishing trip, I hope.